I went to a Christian gap year program last year that's hosted here called One Life. It's located through a college called Cairn University in PA. And I heard about that from my twin brother, heard about it from my mom, heard about it from the president's brother. So just a long line. And I came here. I originally picked this location because I saw the photo on their website and was like, that's where I'm going. Like, that's it. I didn't know anything about it. So I picked it because of a photo, and I ended up loving it. And Scott asked last year if he had an intern last year named Hannah, and she loved it, and we loved her. And so he asked if any of us were interested in it, and I said yeah. So that's kind of how I got here. So yeah. Really I am one of the interns here. There's two of us here, and so my internship is focused more on leadership and then the administrative part of LMI. And so I focus a lot on like retreats and getting those ready, and emailing guests and doing taxes and stays and all the invoices and statements for credit cards, and then just learning how to like lead myself and lead others well. And so that's been really cool. I learned a lot of random jobs like driving a tractor and baling hay, and so that's been really cool as well. Well, I actually would rather work with my hands, but I know that it's something that's needed here, and it's a job, so I'm happy to serve. So I'm pretty sure the mission of Wingfield Ministries is to live out the Great Commission, and so that's a really big part of working here at LMI, and just being able to share God with everyone that comes in contact with us, and just loving God and serving as best we can to anyone that has needs, anyone that is just going through hard times. We do retreats for pastors, veterans, and first responders, and the Great Commission is just like sharing God's love to everyone, and just being a light from God through us, to everyone that comes here. I grew up in a Christian home, and it was good. I had very loving parents, and we went to church, and then COVID happened, and so we stopped going to church, and my parents don't really go to church much anymore. But I kind of went down a pretty bad path in high school and just wasn't really living my life for God. And that's what I heard about One Life through my twin brother. He was super excited about it. He went to a different location up in PA the same year I did. So when I got here, I was very nervous. Wasn't really sure what I was getting into. It kind of came because my parents and my brother really wanted me to. And so I was very nervous when I got here and not really knowing what I was getting into, but I ended up loving it. And like I realize now that having a good Christian community is really big for a Christian's walk. Being surrounded by people that love God and love others and want to push you more towards God is really important. Also, just learning how to rely solely on the Lord is something that I'm still struggling to work with, but something that I'm working on every day. Is just being able to go to God with everything, and just being able to trust Him, which is really hard sometimes. And in One Life, we had this idea of like a one open and closed hand. And so this hand is everything in the world that, everything that should be open to God, that He can put in and take out whatever He wants, and we should be okay with that and trust it. And this hand's closed tight on God, and that should be the only thing in this hand. And if you close both, you can't have both. So when you get here, you're not allowed to have your phone or like devices at all for except you can only have them one day a week. And so you're just forced to be with each other because there's not much around here. The closest gas station's 40 minutes away. So like, you're just forced to be with each other all the time, and that is what helped us click so fast. And I love them so much. Like, we get together probably more often than like most of the other classes, and it's sweet. It's just really sweet to have them in my life. And we have these things called accountability partners. You're paired up with a couple people or like one other person, and you're allowed to share your sin struggles with them, and just have them keep you accountable and help you grow with the Lord. And yeah, it's really cool. Being a disciple is just following the Lord, and just trusting Him with everything, and sharing, the love of God with other people. And being a disciple is just a follower. And so if I can follow Jesus with all my heart and just continue to serve Him every day is really important in my life. It's hard sometimes to want to serve. It's just human nature to not want to serve everyone all the time. But that's what a great part about working here is that you have to serve everyone. It's a great way to learn to serve and love to serve others. When I came here, I never read my Bible. I didn't have a desire to. I just didn't really know where to start. And then I came here, and I got to see how important it is to have the word in your life every day. And we were challenged, and we had it built in our schedule to read 45 minutes a day of just the Bible. Like silence, solitude, you're just by yourself, just reading the Bible. And so that was really important. And after I've left One Life, it's hard for me to want to stay with that every day. It's something that I struggle with a lot, is just finding the motivation to read every day. Something that I'm working through. But it's just really important to, have the Word in your life every day, and just have places to go when you're struggling, and yeah. There's lots of ways to get involved with Wingfield Ministries, but I'd say number one is probably prayer. Just knowing, like, I remember when I came to One Life, like, knowing that everyone at church had been praying for us was like such a big like encouragement, and just a great way to like feel like loved, and feel that you're doing something that has like a good purpose, and is just a great way to help others. And I think that prayer can go a long way. It's especially in like times that are hard. It's something that shows that you really care. It's up to you, and it's up to God, and if you feel led to give, then give, but if not, that's totally up to you. Sometime throughout the year they do this big scholarship thing where you can donate to the kids, and they a lot of it goes towards the next year of students, and so that's a really big part of it, especially because One Life is a big part of LMI here. Everyone like loves the kids, and so like it's just a cool way to see that like God's working through like younger kids, and just allowing them to get out in the world and share what God's been doing in their life. And so if you give to them, that's like a big part of what we're doing here is yeah. We have a lot of projects going on, and we'll always take volunteers. We have a lot of volunteers actually come out and help. We have Scott and Amy's houses being built, and so a lot of people come out to help them. Anyone that just feels led to help can come out, or they can email Amy, and we'll get them out here whenever they need. They have a place to stay. It'll be great. So I do because I love the Lord, and I think that He's given me an ability to serve. Doing that in the best way I can, and doing that to serve Him is something that I think is really important. It's crazy that God brought me out here out of like nowhere. Like, I'm from Texas. Like, it looks nothing like this, and I just think it's crazy that God brought me where like He knew I needed to be the most, and like knew I had people that I would love me that I didn't think could or would or that I'd ever meet. So yeah, God can do crazy things. Staff, they're awesome. Scott is one of the most gracious people I've ever met. You can do like the stupidest stuff, and he'll be like, "No, it's okay." Like I broke the taillight in the excursion like a week ago, and he was like, "Oh, it's okay." My payment was him taking a photo of me next to it. Like that was his payment. Maggie broke. She backed his truck into a tree, and I broke a pin on the tractor. Like he's just the kindest person ever, and like he really shows like grace and mercy very well. And then all the girls that I work with, they're super sweet, and they just love on you well. And then Christian, the other intern, he's just a great ball of joy, and you can definitely tell he loves the Lord. And that's with everyone. You can definitely tell they love the Lord and want to serve, and just love being here. So yeah.
Tune in to Overcomers TV on your favorite app or streaming platform. It's time to overcome.
Horizon Media Studios, producers of the television series Answering the Call, is looking for Christ-centered, Bible-believing ministries to feature. Ministries like Gospel Rescue Missions, homeless shelters, children's homes, Bible colleges and universities, mission sending agencies, pregnancy centers, and more. These are the doers of the word that James talks about. The Great Commission is to share the gospel and make disciples. Jesus taught us to pray the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into His harvest, and the harvest is ripe. We want to raise awareness of ministries and also mobilize the body of Christ to get involved and answer the call. Tell us about your favorite ministry. Email us at info@atctv.org.